So today we're going to be installing an interlock kit in a breaker panel. This allows you to have two different power sources for that breaker panel. It's commonly used for a generator hookup, just like this inlet plug right here, and it's also commonly used for solar to be able to power a panel as well. So with the interlock, you have two different breakers which are power sources for the panel, and it prevents you from having both on at the same time. I cannot turn this on until I turn off the main and lift up the interlock, and now I can turn on my secondary source of power. And in this case, it is a 30 amp breaker with a 30 amp generator connection. And now that it's on, I cannot turn on my main until I turn off my secondary source of power. And then I can flip that down, and now I can turn my main power back on. So this allows you two separate sources that cannot be on at the same time, so that you don't accidentally backfeed your secondary source to your primary source. And like always, I'm going to throw out my little disclaimer. Installing an interlock is what I'm doing today, so I'm just sharing that with you and sharing the way I understand it works and goes together. So I am not a licensed electrician. I do have an electrical degree, and I've done 25 years of electrical work in an industrial setting. So this here is the breaker panel we're going to install the interlock in. This is a brand new panel that I have installed, and I'm going to backfeed it with solar. So I have a 100 amp main, and then on my interlock I actually have another 100 amp breaker there. So it can be 100 amp of grid power or 100 amp of power from a solar power system. So to do that, I've got the same interlock kit here from Square D. You're going to want to try to buy the manufacturer's interlock kit because it'll be UL listed. It'll be proven that it works. If you buy some aftermarket, it can be hit and miss how well they actually fit, and you may have to grind or machine on them to get them to work. So I highly suggest trying to find the manufacturer's interlock for the panel that you're using. Now they're all going to install a little bit differently. They're not all the same, so you just got to follow the instructions, and I'm just going to show you how this one actually goes in. The breaker panel other people have could be totally different and install completely different, but the idea and how it works in the end is all going to be the same. So for this interlock kit, we have to remove this screw down here in the center, and then it is going to hold a cover plate that goes over this breaker. So this breaker has to be in, and it has to be wired up first. Using a magnetic nut driver. So the kit comes with a longer screw to be able to hold this bracket in place. So what this bracket is doing is basically identifying this breaker as a secondary source. If you have your panel cover off, the interlock is gone as well. So this is supposed to throw up a red flag so that you know not to turn on this breaker at the same time as the main, because with the cover off you could. So other interlock kits, they may do it differently. They could maybe just put a sticker that goes on the breaker. That way when the cover's off, it's clearly marked not to operate it with the cover removed. So the next step is to put the actual interlock onto the door and to drill the holes properly. Now luckily this kit actually has a template that you can put in here, and it's got pre-drilled holes to help you drill this precisely. Now if you don't have a template, I would probably triple check before you drill any holes to make sure that it appears that the interlock is correct and that both breakers will operate when the other one is off. So this is the most critical thing. I'm glad that this kit actually comes with a guide, makes it way easier. So for this interlock kit, you take the template and you put it in here at the top of the number 2 breaker. So I've put a clamp on the template just to keep it from moving, and now I'm going to go ahead and start my pilot holes. So I've got my 3 pilot holes drilled. Now I got to do a bigger drill bit for the final size. So now we just put our interlock over the holes, and then we're just going to bolt it down with the provided shoulder bolts. This kit has lock nuts that go on the back of them, keep them from coming loose. When everything's tightened up, this should move freely. If not, you've either got a hole off and it's in a bind, or it's pinched under one of those shoulder bolts. So now all I gotta do is just put the cover in place. So now after the panel cover's on, the only thing left to do is to check the interlock and how it functions, and you need to verify that there's no way you can turn both of these breakers on at the same time. And I've already done that. Of course, the lights went out in here so that you couldn't see it on camera. But I've checked it, it works good. So the only thing left to do is I've got this sticker that came with the kit, and it calls out the model number of the interlock. It has a wiring diagram on it. It just kind of has all the information that you need to know on there. And I'm going to take this sticker, if I can get it off of the back, and I am going to just stick it here to the inside of the door. And that way, if anybody wants to know any information about it, it's right there. So if you want to install one of these interlock kits so that you can backfeed your house during a power outage and power it with a generator, the most common way is to use the 30 amp connection, 30 amp 240 volt connection on a gas generator. So you'd use a 30 amp breaker, and then you would run NM cable, which is Romex cable. You would run 10-3 with ground from the 30 amp breaker out to your 30 amp inlet, which would be mounted outside of the house so that you could plug in your generator, start it up, flip your interlock, and then your house would be powered during a power outage. That's probably the most common use for the average person to use an interlock, is just for a gas generator. So like I said earlier in the video, this is a new breaker panel so that I can run the majority of my workshop off of solar. So everything's in here, lights, outlets, like my 3-ton mini split is in here. The only thing that's not is my really large circuits, like my 50 amp welding receptacles and my 5 horsepower air compressor. They are still in the grid panel, but everything else out here I should be able to run off of solar, and I'm getting it set up where I can test solar equipment and be able to run anything out here as well. So it's going to allow me to do some testing with new equipment and run anything, pretty much anything in the shop. So, but anyway guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.